Hey, welcome into Shockerland. I'm Billy. Kyle's here with me, and here we are. It's time. Cincinnati.
Oh boy,
and
it's the big one.
We already had one big one, and Wichita State went to Cincinnati and beat them on the road. But this one here is here in Wichita. I would say the biggest regular season game in the history of Wichita State men's basketball. That's a big statement.
I wouldn't go that far
Okay.
because I don't have enough knowledge of the 60s and
Okay.
70s and 80s, but
That's
certainly
true.
within the past 20 years.
What could it be? Yeah. So this is huge. Sunday, 11 a.m. on CBS. Wichita State plays host to Cincinnati, and it all comes down. Winner is the regular season champions in the American Athletic Conference. Kyle, there have been some ups and downs this season, okay? It has not all been perfect. It has not all been good for the Shockers, but this is the spot you want to be. Are we surprised at this? Have we overachieved? Have we met expectations? I don't think you can say we've underachieved. Where do you think we're at now?
I think we're right where we were picked to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you look at the preseason poll for the conference, Cincinnati was number 1, Wichita State was number 2, and the difference was by one vote.
One vote, yeah.
And so here it does. It's coming down to the final game of the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
If the Shockers win, they tie with Cincinnati for the conference champs, but they end up getting the number 1 seed for the tournament, which is a big deal because they'll play Tulsa instead of Cincinnati or Houston.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, huge game. I'm super excited to see this one, and
Yeah.
the environment is just going to be fantastic.
Well, and that's it with the game. I don't necessarily care about co-regular season champions. Some other schools might care about that. I don't care about how you finish in the regular season when it comes to are we sharing a title or not. The big thing is the 1 seed. That's what you want. The 1 seed going into the conference tournament in Orlando this year. And so that's what these two teams are fighting for. We know Wichita State won already in the only matchup these two teams have had so far. So do we then automatically say Wichita State is the favorite?
A slight favorite.
Okay, slight.
Very slight.
Yeah.
Because if you still look at Ken Palm numbers and the metrics, Cincinnati is the better team on those. Right now on Ken Palm, Cincinnati is number 4. The Shockers are number 18. And so these are two really great teams, two teams that have the potential to reach the Final Four or even beyond. But because this game is in Coke, because this is going to be probably the loudest and craziest game that either team has participated in, you just have to give the slight edge to the Shockers.
Okay, and so it's easy to make that argument, I think. And I think it's logical to make the argument Wichita State should win this game, or at least should be favored in this game. They've already beat Cincinnati. It's at home for Wichita State in Coke Arena. So there's a lot of those reasons. Can we play devil's advocate for a minute? Can you tell me why Cincinnati should be considered a potential winner in this game? What do they have going for them?
Yeah, it's a great question. If you look at since the game that they last played each other, each team has played 3 games. Cincinnati has won those 3 games by an average of 20.7 points.
Not close.
The Shockers, 5.7.
Oh, man.
And neither team has played a tough schedule in those 3 games.
Yeah.
And so right now the Bearcats are rolling. They are scoring at a higher rate than they did against the Shockers and earlier this season. And so you should be a little, I don't want to say scared if you're a Shocker fan, but just be aware that there's a chance Wichita State could lose this.
What every team wants, what every coach wants, is for their team to be playing at their highest level, probably starting right now. It's more important getting into the tournament time, but starting right now as we wrap up the regular season. So I guess what you're saying is Cincinnati is at that level. Is that fair to say?
I think so, and I think the first game against Wichita State was kind of sort of a wake-up call for them.
Okay.
Saying, hey, we have to play better if you're Bearcats. And so they are playing better. This will probably be a better team than the first time the Shockers faced them. And so hopefully Wichita State can elevate their game as well, because they're going to have to bring their A+ game for this one.
And they didn't previously. You mentioned the winning margin has been down for Wichita State. They had to have overtime to go beat UCF.
Yeah, that was a nail-biter.
Yeah, and now if the referees call that goaltending, in which the guy goes through the rim to make the block, there's no overtime. Wichita State wins. All in the past, okay? I can complain about that. That's what Twitter is for. So you do that. But yes, this is it. This is the big game. Sunday, 11 a.m. on CBS, Wichita State against Cincinnati in Coke Arena. This is the reason this Wichita State transferred to the American Athletic Conference. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
To have not only this game, but 2 games against a top 10 opponent. The first time Cincinnati was number 5, now they're number 10. And just a game that will be seen by probably over 1 million people nationwide because it's on CBS. And again, I talked about the environment, but man, this is going to be. We've had some crazy games at Koch Arena since I've been a Shocker fan, and this one will probably top all of them.
Yeah.
Just the loudness of it and all of it.
And say in the last 5 years since Wichita State went on that Final Four run, and then all the success they've had since then, every big game has been somewhere else. Mostly, I think. Very few big games have been in
That's
Koch
true.
Arena. This, and again, this might be just game 2 of a 3-game series
could
this
be.
season.
Really could.
Or 4, potentially. They could play 4 times if they play in the conference championship or conference tournament, probably championship, and the NCAA tournament. Not likely, because the NCAA tournament, that would probably be a Final Four game. Maybe, who knows?
It could.
But, so this could just be game 2 and probably a 3-game series, but this is such a huge game for what it means, for what's on the line, and it's in Koch Arena. So exciting. So that's it, Sunday, 11 a.m. on CBS, Wichita State in Cincinnati. It's can't miss basketball in March.